One crew member from a ship quarantined at the Durban harbour has been taken to hospital, apparently with breathing difficulties. The ship arrived from India on Sunday. We know that 14 crew members have tested positive for COVID-19. One of the crew members has also died of a heart attack. ENCA reporter Letiwe Mdluli is following the story. She joins us now. Letiwe, thank you so much. So just talk to us about what's going on with the crew, particularly this one crew member who we presume is one of the COVID-positive crew members who's had to go to hospital with breathing difficulties.
Well, Sally, I've been speaking to Transnet earlier, and they did confirm that one of the crew members that did test positive for COVID-19 was taken to the hospital with breathing difficulties. They did say that the remaining 13 crew members that tested positive are still on board the vessel, with the other members that were on board the vessel when it arrived, but they are quarantining in different areas of the vessel. They have assured us that none of the crew members have actually been in contact with anyone on the outside, as they were only aboard that vessel and they did not come out. They are also saying that with the port, the only section, the port that is not operating is where the vessel docked, and other parts of the port at the moment are operating, so business has not been disrupted. They are saying that they will be keeping an eye, as the port health officials are currently basically working with the crew members, seeing any of the developments. The other remaining 13 members inside the vessel have not shown any symptoms, as they are still asymptomatic. While speaking to the general manager for the port, Moshe Motlohi, earlier, this is what he had to say.
The development is that one of the 14 crew men that were in quarantine has been taken to hospital. He had breathing difficulties. The rest of the crew members, the 13, are still on board the ship. Everyone else is okay. And everybody on that ship is quarantined in his own cabin, which is a room, so they are not mixing with each other. They've got enough supplies, food, water, so their welfare is being taken care of as part of the ship. And also it is important to mention that when those crewmen, none of them had stepped outside of that vessel. They remained on board of the vessel as it is the standard. Only if they had done the test here in Durban would they be allowed to step outside of the ship. So nobody had intentions to step outside, and by law they are not allowed to step off the ship.
Of course, the big question, which we're hoping to get an answer on soon, is whether the crew members who are positive for COVID have the variant that is dominant in India, and a lot of concern that that variant, if unleashed here, could wreak havoc. Of course, we have spoken to Professor Tulio de Oliveira from the University of KwaZulu-Natal, who looks at the gene patterns and the gene changes. We understand that he is actually going to be analysing those samples. Is it too early to get a result? I know you've spoken to him today.
Yes, Sally, I did speak to the professor, and he did confirm that they will be receiving those samples today. He did say that they are expecting for the results in about a week's time, so they will be giving an update regarding those samples. He's also warning the public not to panic, saying that so far there aren't any indications that the variant that was found in India is more dominant than the variant that was found here in South Africa. So he is warning people to remain calm and just basically look at the media and see what is being reported, instead of calling for bans from people coming to or from India. He's also saying that the banning of people coming into the country, who are coming from countries like India, who are reporting a surge, has not actually worked in the past, as he says that the only thing that's working is basically vaccinations and also testing, and also remaining, if you do show some symptoms, basically quarantining. He has also spoken about the fact that the samples that they will be receiving are coming from the 14 crewmen that were tested when they arrived here in Durban. While speaking to the professor, this is what he had to say.
Yesterday, we got the first result of a traveler that came from India to South Africa. And when we genotyped the virus that this individual was infected was the 501V2, or the B1351, that was originally found in South Africa. So what's happening in India at the moment? At the moment, you have 3 different variants. The B.1617, which was discovered in India, the B117 that was discovered in the UK, and the variant discovered in South Africa. Both of the 3 are causing 90% of the infection. So you have these multiple variants circulated in India. The problem in India is not just about the variants, but the biggest problem there is that, unfortunately, they relax the restrictions far too quick. They were having full stadiums for cricket, political rallies, massive religious celebrations, and that made all these 3 variants spread very fast. Also, very important results 2 days ago came showing that the vaccines, especially the one that the result that came, that the Pfizer mRNA vaccine, is very effective against the B.1617. This means the variant discovered in India. So honestly, there is no reason to panic in South Africa. What we have to do is keeping what we are both doing. This means increasing the public health interventions, testing, contact tracing, and isolation, continues the non-pharmaceutical interventions, and learn from what's happened both in India and Brazil.
Letiwe Dluli, thank you very much for that report. And of course, Professor De Oliveira, just making it clear that there is no need to panic. And it does seem that the vaccines that are coming to us, hopefully as soon as possible, are effective in dealing with these variants, particularly the one from India. One crew member, of course, in hospital in Durban with breathing difficulties from that ship that is currently under lockdown, having travelled from India.